10 on your side has been covering the short-term rental battle for years. Now the state of Virginia is getting involved in the regulation of rentals. Thanks for joining us. I'm Regina Mobley.
And I'm Stephanie Hudson. Lawmakers are considering legislation that would ease restrictions, but only if the short-term rental is managed by a realtor. 10 on your side's Andy Fox is looking into the bills on the table. Andy?
Yes, Stephanie and Regina, under the legislation, realtors become increasingly important in the short-term rental debate and a locality's ability to restrict property managed by a Virginia realtor.
It's my neighborhood. I live here.
North End resident Andy Cohen is also a member of the North Virginia Beach Civic League, and they are concerned about short-term rentals in their neighborhood.
Short-term rentals in Virginia Beach and all over the state are a real serious problem, and localities need the opportunity to regulate them in a way that makes sense for their local community.
So Cohen was surprised when he read the Senate and House bills that provides that a locality may not restrict by ordinance any short-term rental property that's managed by a Virginia realtor. He thinks that gives a huge unfair exemption to realtors.
And what they're doing is taking away the ability to manage locally, and these should be local decisions because every locality in the Commonwealth has different needs and different priorities.
Those short-term rentals not managed by a Virginia realtor would continue to be regulated by the locality.
It's good legislation. The free enterprise system works.
Greg Garrett is one of the best-known realtors in Hampton Roads.
There's a lot more accountability with realtors because realtors are held to a code of ethics that homeowners are not held to, and even non-realtor licensees are not held to.
The legislative bills also state the locality may not enforce an ordinance against such property where the ordinance prohibits short-term rentals, limits occupancy in a short-term rental, limits the number of rented days in a calendar year.
But there's no manager on site to deal with problems. So if a neighbor has a concern about noise or trash or crowding or any other problems, it's very hard for them to find someone to contact.
Garrett takes a different view.
Realtors have a history of decades and decades of doing it right, of following the rules, following the laws, and following proper procedures of being able to manage properties.
We spoke with a property owner who resents that Virginia Beach forces this sign to be posted to be properly registered.
Cities and counties go beyond what they should to restrict the free enterprise system. And when they do that, the state steps in.
Now, the General Assembly can do that because Virginia is a Dillon Rule state. Under Dillon Rule, localities operate under the assumption they can only wield powers explicitly authorized to them by the General Assembly. That approach has frustrated localities that wish to solve some of the most pressing problems, short-term rentals, of their residents their own way. In the newsroom, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.